Time serious, got the Lord furious. We get scared, send up prayers, but he ain't hearing us. Turn to Satan, get delirious. What you better do is repent, boy. Point blank, period. You got ignorant brothers killing over colors, single mothers trapped in a barrel, they snapping at each other. Uncle Tom sleeping with the enemy under covers. Then you got needle fiends, alley cats chasing pipe dreams or whatever's handy. Coke fiends, nose gleam, do whatever for the nose candy. Man tan, aim at the Andes. Gotta be wicked to get the Grammy. Don't condemn me, just understand me. My brother's not my own foe. These fake Hollywood pimps and Deuce Bigelows. Faggot niggas on the down low. 12-year-old selling ass for the billboard. Deuteronomy 28 in the choke.
In this world of drama, karma follows me closely. We live mostly comatose and so sleep. What is life but a ball right? And every step manifests either life or death. And the effects of our life we choose is these curses, these verses. From the womb to hearses, tomb to judgment, heaven or hell. This is our life, our life, our life, our life, our life. Speaking of fighting, I'm the womb to hearses, tomb to judgment, heaven or hell. This is our life, our life, our life, our life, our life. Judgment, heaven or hell, this is our life, our life, our life, our life, our life.
Shalom, 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 shalom. Peace, peace, and welcome. Shalom to the fam. Shabbat shalom. All of that good stuff. What's happening, y'all? Let me turn myself down a little bit. Try to check this. Give me 1 second, y'all. I just want to check my light. My light broke. So kind of working with a little bit of a different setup. Maybe I'll turn it down a little bit. It's lucky, y'all. I'm just trying to get a decent little light going on in here. It's just reflecting off of my glasses, and it's making me look crazy out here. But it is what it is. It is what it is, man. All praise, honor, glory to the Most High. Man, how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody all right? Put a 7 in the chat if you will. You good? I know the weather is crazy from here to over there and everywhere in between. The winds is crashing on my windows right now. The rain is still kicking in. Tony was off when they said it never rains in Southern California. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody, put a 7 in the chat if you're doing all right this Sabbath. I had to jump on there real quick, man. You know, I say real quick. We'll see how the spirit moves. But you know, it's just so much going on, man. I'm gonna have to do back-to-back DSTMs. That's right. That's right. We're going back to back. We're doing the Friday Night Lights, and then we're gonna hit another one tomorrow, Sabbath morning, around 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Pacific time. Tap in with your brother. Tap in with the messengers. We got work to do, but there's so much going on, man. I couldn't cram everything in one DSTM. I couldn't do it. So we're gonna split them up. It's not even a fair split. Tomorrow will be longer. Tonight we're just gonna hit a few things. Like I said, the quick news break. So much going on. Whatever I don't tap in tonight, definitely gonna tap in tomorrow. Hold on, what's up with this dang camera, man? Come on, act up. I mean, don't act up on me. We're not playing around. All right, time is of the essence. So we got to get things moving. Let me just mess with this light one more time. Hopefully it kicks in. Hey, it is what it is. All right, at this point, who's up? Who is up? Who is up? Who took their naps? Apparently, a few people, you know, are shuttered in. I know my fam out there in Detroit. Uh, they power is out. You know, they got 750,000 people with their power out. Some of the fam out there in the D, man, tapped in with me, let me know they've been down for 2 days, no power, and you know it's cold as hell out there. So keep the brothers and sisters in Detroit in your prayers, as well as elsewhere. You know, California people getting hit out here as well. All right. Let me check the fam, man. Who's in the house, man? Now, I'm on the family. Shabbat shalom to y'all, man. Always there. Much love to y'all. Kohath, my brother. Much love to you, my brother. Shabbat shalom to you, man. Pray all is well with you. Yeah. Listen, do I got to be like Zelensky running around here panhandling everywhere from nation to nation, saying wipe your feet and you know, send forth your love through the likes? You dig what I'm saying? I mean, he's running around begging for weapons and money. All I'm asking for is some support on the channel, man. Hit that thumbs up button, man. Wipe your feet when you come on in here. Show some respect. Show some decor, right? We law-abiding citizens over here, aren't we? Shabbat shalom to my Northwest fam up there, man. UZL Malachi, man. Shalom to y'all. Shabbat shalom to my brother Shaq. That's right. Let it be known. Wipe them feet. Ready to eat. Hey, I've been cooking, brother. I've been cooking, man. We're gonna be feasting early. Feasting, man. You know, back to back. All right. All praises. All right. Knee world. I guess hopefully I got it right. Knee world. New world. One of the two. Shalom to you. How about that? Be Isaiah Shalom, brother. Shalom, shalom. Shabbat shalom, man. Sister Cynthia, Shabbat Shabbat shalom to y'all, man. Anybody else, man, y'all gonna have to catch up. A lot of people probably sleep, shuttered in, hiding under the covers. They wasn't expecting it. I really wasn't even gonna plan on going on live tonight, man. I was talking to Alada earlier. I was like, man, you know, I'm going live tomorrow. I'm gonna rest up tonight. But the Most High said, "No, get your ass up. Get up. The lights is on. You've been cooking this week. You got enough to share both days." And I say, "Hey, Father, you call the shots, right? I got to do it. I got to do it, man." So let's get to it, man. I'm not gonna be too long with it tonight. Like I said, this will be a brief impromptu, man, a quick news break. We're gonna jump in and see what's good. All right. Let me just share my screen, man. We're gonna look at a few articles and then we're gonna bid everyone a good evening. There go my brother right there, man. Karatazah, Shabbat Shalom to you, my brother. Ashar, there he goes. Shalom to you, all right? Shalom to you and the rest of the family, man. Worldwide, 12 tribes scattered abroad. The lost and the forgotten, downtrodden. What's up? What is up? I'll show you what's up. Let's start off here. All right. Let me just tap in, make sure I'm sharing. You know how I go, man. Sometimes I get lost in the mix. I'll be so geeked up, ready to get this information out. I'll be forgetting to share with y'all. But we looking good right now. All right. So small update on this war situation, man. We'll get in more depth tomorrow. Right? But first of all, man, the Ukraine war, Zelensky wants Xi Jinping. He wants to have a meeting with Xi Jinping following China's peace plan. So if you don't know, China is trying to intervene. They're trying to flex their muscle. They're trying to act as if they have the same type of power to call for peace that America does. First of all, Moab, you're not the mother of harlots. You're not Babylon the Great, reincarnated. You don't have the spirit that the Most High declared that America would have, being spiritual Egypt, Sodom, Babylon, the great whore, all of the above, man. You don't fit the qualifications. They want it. They desire the power. Remember in Second Ezra 15, it says that Moab wants to be like Babylon. Let's go there real quick. We've read this one, but just to tap into this real quick. And what's funny is, I believe in one of the articles, Esau, one of the Edomites, man in America, one of the government officials in America said, you're not qualified to even speak about no peace. Like Moab, sit down and be quiet. You don't have the negotiating power to put a stop and an end to this thing known as World War III and the proxy war that's going on. They don't have it. But they came out and they tried to create a 12-point peace plan, or is it a 10-point, one of the two, to try to establish peace. But ironically, all of the favor of the peace plan is leading towards Russia. So, the UN, everybody's saying, man, get the hell out of here. We're not dealing with that. But Zelensky, always looking for a quick come up, thinking he can go in and shake down the pockets of Xi Jinping with his hand out, saying, oh, maybe China might, give me some money and some weapons too. Let me talk to him. Not going down. Not going down. All right. So, 2nd Ezra 15:46, it says, and thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon. Do you see how they try to step in and want to take part in the hopes of Babylon? They want to continue allowing their white zaddy to maintain rulership and dominion over the earth, and they're doing everything that they can. It says, and art the glory of her person. You see, they trying to stand in and trying to be the makeshift Babylon, trying to step in when, slow Biden is falling up the stairs again. Did y'all see that? Again. We'll play the video tomorrow. He's falling up the stairs again after he's leaving. I believe he was leaving Poland. If it wasn't Poland, he was leaving one of the European countries. That he went over there, made a quick visit to Ukraine, gave a little bogus speech, dropped off $2 billion with Zelensky. China came up with this 10 or 12-point plan. We'll read it in a minute. Trying to establish peace, saying, hey, follow our plan, we'll get you peace. But they ain't doing nothing but trying to act like they're Babylon. As it says here, art the glory of her person. So they're trying to step in and thinking they got some power to call some shots. Not going down. Because Moab is always going to be subservient to Esau. Always. When you look at their land positioning, they always were together. We'll look at a couple of scriptures in a minute. They're always together, man. Xi Jinping and China and the Moabites, man, they chose which white zaddy they're going to follow. They're not following Slow Biden and the Grey Horde. They're following after their white zaddy, Putin. And Zelensky's in there trying to see if he can persuade or try to see if he can talk to them, thinking that there's an opening for him to try to negotiate and talk with China, and hopefully they get their back. No, it's not going down. Let's look at this real quick. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said he plans to meet China's leader Xi Jinping to discuss Beijing's proposal on ending the war in Ukraine. Now, this is also telling, because if Ukraine is winning this war, as the press and the media wants us to believe, why are they seeking peace? It should be the other way around, right? If I'm getting pounded out, I should be the one saying, oh, stop, please. We need peace. We got enough. We've had enough. No more. As Roberto Duran was saying, no mas. No mas. When Sugar Ray was putting the beats on him. The loser of the war should be seeking peace, right? They should want out. They should want to stop this whole thing. All of a sudden, he's jumping out saying, peace? Is there another proposal? I'm willing to listen. Speaking on the first anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion, he said a proposal signaled that China was involved in the search for peace. I really want to believe that China will not supply weapons to Russia, he said. China's plans call for peace talks and respect for national sovereignty. However, the 12-point document does not specifically say that Russia must withdraw its troops from Ukraine, and it also condemns the usage of, quote, unilateral sanctions in what is seen as a veiled criticism of Ukraine's allies in the West. So, number one, this 12-point peace plan says that there is no stipulation that Russia has to leave, and they said that they want those sanctions that America slapped on Russia gone. So, China is stepping up for the peace and the sovereignty and to help build up Russia. Zelensky's thinking, oh, maybe I can find me a new white pimp. No. They're going on there saying, listen, our plans for peace is bow down to Russia. Or else. There's rumors that China is going to be supplying more weapons with Russia. And that's really got NATO and America paranoid. Because once that happens, it's fully clear and aware that now China is now fighting in this World War III via proxy through Russia by supplying them with weapons, just like America and NATO's doing with the Ukraine. Okay, so it says the Chinese authorities have so far not publicly responded to Mr. Zelensky's call for a summit with Mr. Xi. Now, notice it says here they've not publicly responded. But look at this. He said he's got plans to meet with China's leader. They ain't even responded to him. He wants to. He's begging for it. But China's like, get up out of here. We told you what it is. Bow down to Russia or else. Meanwhile, Russia hailed the Chinese peace proposals. We share Beijing's views. The foreign ministry in Moscow said in a statement. That should tell you everything. Look at this. I've seen nothing in the plan that would indicate that there is something that would be beneficial to anyone other than Russia. So, is it really a peace proposal? They're pretty much saying, man, the only way you got peace is to submit to Russia. You think America's going to do that? NATO's going to do that? Ukraine's going to do that? Remember, not too long ago, what's his name? Putin said he's in it for the long haul. He's ready for a years long war, and he said that plural, years long. So, look at this. This is Judith, the 7th chapter. And let's start at verse 6. This is Holofernes, ruler of Assyria, planning an attack on Israel, looking to take over Israel. And look who he's using under his authority to help fight and get scouting and intel from. Let's look at this. We'll just start at verse 6. It says, but in the second day, Holofernes brought forth all his horsemen in the sight of the children of Israel, which were in Bethulia, and viewed the passages up to the city, and came to the fountains of their waters, and took them, and set garrisons of men of war over them, and he himself removed toward his people. So now Holofernes strategically is moving in his army, looking to capture and take over Israel. Verse 8, then came unto him all the chief of the children of who? Esau, and all the governors of the people of Moab, and the captains of the seacoast. No, here they go again. Esau and Moab clicked up. Look at their who's neighbors. Dating back to the distribution of land masses and during the time of Genesis and in the Old Testament. Kingdom of Edom is down here. Who's their next door neighbors? Moab. So they're always been moving together, always negotiating, always hanging out. You notice that after these 3 mass shootings that have happened at the hands of some Asians, those stories have gotten buried under the rug, haven't they? I mean, has there been any more follow-ups to any of those reports? They just had one last weekend. Asian man killed I can't remember if I think he killed or he shot 2 small hats GMO Jews leaving a synagogue. I haven't heard the ADL come out and say anything. SPLC, Southern Poverty Law Center, they haven't came out and said anything. Nobody's questioning, the motives of the Asian community. None of that's going on. Got swept under the rug, right? But as soon as Kanye says something about World War II and the person who was the villain in that, you know who we talking about. Got to keep it clean for a while until they get their boot up off of our neck virtually on this channel. It was on his head. I mean, Kyrie can't even post a picture of a DVD or a documentary, I should say, without catching hell and millions of dollars out the pocket for damn near 2 months. Asians go shoot their people up Oh, it gets swept under the rug. Nobody wants to talk about it no more. They're too busy looking for balloons. See how that works? So you see the relationship. You see how close they are. So the Assyrians knew how they get down. Verse 8 again. Then came unto him all the chief of the children of Esau and all the governors of the people of Moab and the captains of the seacoast and said, let our Lord now hear a word that there be not an overthrow in thine army. So look at this. This lets you know um, where Esau was at when it comes down to global power. We talking like uh, 700 BC. Nothing. He's calling the Assyrians Lord. So that lets you know, man, Esau was never always a power. Wasn't until 331 to 333 BC, after those wars, that the Greeks came into power and it was recognized as a world global dominant power. That's it. And he's had a strong reign since then. Strong. He's refusing to let go. That's why the Most High said Esau is the end of the world. He's had such a long reign. So you're talking from 333 BC, still reigning all the way in 2023. That's already 2,300 and damn near what, 25 years? Maybe longer than that. You know, my math would be off sometimes. But you can see the timing. You dig what I'm saying? So here's Moab and Moab and Esau talking to the Assyrian Lord, Holofernes. What they say? Let our Lord now hear a word that there be not an overthrow in thine army. For this people of the children of Israel do not trust in their spears, but in the height of the mountains wherein they dwell, because it is not easy to come up to the tops of their mountains. So they're doing their work as spies, as we see in all these stories about spy balloons between America and China going back and forth. Well, look, that's how they've been getting down for the longest. They get the intel, they go and tell Holofernes, look, they're not worried about spears and all that. They've got a height advantage living in the mountains. They've got an angle in which they can always pierce down on any oncoming enemy. They got the visual. That's why you got like snipers always choose high out. Uh high or figure they work from the heights because it gives them a vantage point that you can't have from the bottom. So Israel was strategically placed up high in the mountains, and they said that's where their power lies. You gotta get up there and get past the arrows, get past every uh the rocks and everything else, and let alone the physical exertion that you got to do to get up there, and hopefully you're not wore out by the time you make it to the top, because them wild children of Israel is going to get in your butt. Let me rephrase that. The children of Israel is going to kick your a double dollar sign. You feel me? So here's Moab and Esau and Moab. So in the global scale that we're seeing right now, man, Moab has chosen which Edomites they're riding with. The king of Moab, Xi Jinping, has already declared and said, look, I'm riding with Putin. The hell with America and slow Biden. We'll still pimp him out when we, selling our goods, buying up their debt. We'll still be able to, utilize technologies with them. We'll still be able to buy their lands. But other than that, when it comes down to the nitty gritty as far as war and ultimate allegiances, when lines is crossed, they're staying over there in the east with Putin. Let's read this Ezekiel 25, and we're gonna read verse 8. Thus saith the Most High Yahweh, because that Moab and Seir do say, now Moab, remember Mount Seir, this is Esau. Behold, the house of Judah is like unto all the heathen. There they go again, talking about us. This is how you know, man, Moab can come fresh off the fish boat and know exactly what you Negroes want, know exactly what our people want, and make a profiteering off of us. They know sisters like them wigs, they nails and they feet done. They know all the damn hair products that Jake use. They even over here in LA, they buying up all the damn Louisiana fried chickens and selling Chinese food mixed with fried chicken and some sort of goulash of Louisiana fried chicken and Chinese cuisine. What? They know what Jake's want. Of course, Esau done did 400, 500 plus years of study about how to maintain control over the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So no different here. They said, because that Moab and Seir do say, behold, the house of Judah is like all unto all the heathen. Therefore, behold, I will open the side of Moab from the city, from his cities, which are on his frontiers, the glory of the country of Beth Jeshemoth, Baal Meon, and Kirithaim, unto the men of the east with the Ammonites. And here come the Japanese, they want in, and will give them in possession, that the Ammonites may not be remembered among the nations. And I will execute judgments upon Moab, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. So Moab, Ammon, Esau or Edom, Mount Seir, they're all going to get it because they're all working in cahoots. Japan, the Ammonites, they chose the Edomites of America to be their allies. See, they always cozy up. That's why I said that Moab or Asia is the glory of the person of Babylon. Thou art the glory of her person. Thou wretch, trying to be like. See that said, and they trying to be partakers of Babylon at the glory of that person. See, they're always willing to sell out, man. So Zelensky's trying to find a partner to. He's trying to creep in and thinking he can seduce China with his sob stories and the lies. But China's already up on game. That ain't happening. So he's trying. It ain't gonna work. All right. Let's move on to this story. Esau caught again. Now we talked about this last week, man, with the whole balloon talk, man, the UFO talk, the aliens is coming. You know, all these damn trains crashing, and then you saying where, why, and what is going on? Well, we know clearly that the balloon talk was nothing but a distraction as they parlayed it into UFOs, the Project Bluebeam, to uh, space invaders. I mean, look at this in the spirit. The goddamn aliens on the little ad over here. See how they work? It's constant programming. And that notice once I called it out, the damn thing disappeared. Y'all see that? This how this damn thing works, man. It's AI at its finest. There goes some more aliens, right? Let me be nice. Let me be nice. All right. So check this out. So while the distraction is going on, see, these are the things that went under the radar and forgot about because people was looking for balloons and aliens. Top Republican says DailyMails.com story on Jim Biden negotiating $140 million Saudi government deal shows evidence is mounting that the family did use Joe's name to enrich themselves. So there's always been speculation, laptop information from Hunter Biden and the whole nine that the Biden crime family has been profiteering off of politics with nations that are not allied with America and doing it during times of political of during the times of Obama and all the way up with slow Biden being president. His son made money from Ukraine, made money from China, and made money from Russia. That's all on his laptop. It's all like damn near embezzling money and all. It's all off. And they said that a portion they would have to cut a check to the quote unquote big man or the big guy which everyone speculates is Slow Biden. Slow Biden saying, you can use my contacts, you can get over there. I need a piece of the cut. And his brother negotiated a $140 million deal using Slow Biden's name, using a Biden name to make money. So this is one thing that they use to try to, the balloons and all that, to distract everybody to seeing the crimes that they've been committing. Then remember, there was a viral video that went around with this underground. Well, they ain't underground. They pretty much, this alternative media group, Project Veritas, that caught the Jake on camera talking about Pfizer and their works on the that thing. And old boy got caught on camera talking about some, let's put it like the foul play going on with the you know what I'm talking about, man. And it's so unbelievable. I've seen videos of people, big channels now, talking plain about that thing that was going around for the last 2.5 years that all of a sudden nobody's talking about anymore, except for the fact that um, it's going to be, their medicine is going to be part of the mandatory immunizations. Anybody talking about that anymore? When's the last time you heard about that 5-letter word? I haven't heard about it with the numbers 19 on the end. That's kind of been missing in action, huh? Well, anyway, they had the video of old boy. He got caught, busted. Said Pfizer did some dirt on that whole thing. That was getting ready to rise to the top. All of a sudden, balloons is in the air. Oh, Jim Biden got caught. $140 million deals doing dirt using the Biden name. All of a sudden, balloons in the air. Aliens is coming. Right? So this is how they do. Shootouts galore. Bodies dropping because some, maniacs is out there shooting up Chinese New Year parades and, you know, mushroom farms, synagogues. Oh, and by the way, the weather just all of a sudden is just out of whack. We're not going to talk about geoengineering and HARP and weather manipulation and control. We ain't going to talk about that. We got to look for the balloons. So Jim Biden, he gets caught slipping. Republican James Comer has re-upped his demands for the Biden family bank files. Responded to the story about Jim Biden being hired because of his position. Comer has said it's a national security threat if Biden is compromised by his family's business deals. Look at them. They look like twins, man. Look like they're about to slob each other down. Slow Biden look like he's holding back. Like, hold on, man. The cameras is on. We can't do that. But here you go. Affidavits claim Joe Biden's younger brother, Jim, 73, was at the center of a $140 million settlement between a U.S. construction company and Saudi Arabia in 2012. You know these guys as career-long politicians, scammers, white-collar criminals. They got the paperwork all right here. And Slow Biden has been on camera saying nobody F's with a Biden and nothing's going to happen to anybody. He's too busy saying nobody's worried about what's going on with my family. They're worried about climate change. That's what he says. So let's move on to the next story. Look at this. Doctors are disappearing from emergency rooms as hospitals look to cut costs. So not only are we seeing shortages of antibiotics, children's Tylenol, and other medical needs, now all of a sudden the doctors are getting cut. So healthcare now is sliding down a slippery slope of really you, me, we being on our own or getting some half-assed care by, some medical student who's in there interning and you're in there in the damn ER hoping that this kid or whoever they are doesn't jack you up. because they're too busy cutting costs, man. The economy is crashing in every facet. And here they are talking about, here's slow Biden and the rest of them talking about everything's fine. Employment is up. January numbers was the best ever. Yeah, if you want to go work at Starbucks part time, Home Depot, or at a bar or the restaurant, when the cost of living says you're going to need that in about two more jobs if you're going to survive. So look at this. Pregnant and scared, Natasha Valley went to Nova Healthcare Hospital in Clarksville, Tennessee, in January 2021 because she was bleeding. She didn't know much about a miscarriage, but this seemed like one. In the emergency room, she was examined, then sent home. She says she went back when her cramping became excruciating, then home again. It ultimately took 3 trips to the ER on 3 consecutive days, generating 3 separate bills before she saw a doctor who looked at her blood work and confirmed her fears. You see what I'm saying? They telling her, come on in, get on. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. If you're feeling something, come back. But we need to clear out this room. This happened to my mom's. This happened to, not this particular scenario. She got hurt at work. I think a light fixture or a ladder fell and hit her shoulder. So of course the job said, hey, you know, she had to leave. She went to, I think she said she went to three, 2 or 3. If it was 3, she went to urgent care first. That didn't work out, and then she had to go to 2 different ERs. It might have been 2. I think she went to 2 ERs. 2 ERs. Both of them filled with the infected. And she was in that mug for damn near 8 hours. All just to get sent home. Somebody else, somebody else I know had got injured as well. Went to the ER. They gave him some Tylenol 800s and said, "Go ahead on home." This is where we're at right now. Look at this in Jeremiah. Jeremiah 8 and 22. It says, "Is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? Why then is the health of the daughter of my people recovered?" See how the Most High works? Most High said, "Man, where's the physicians at? Is it there's no medicines in Gilead no more? Israel is all jacked up. How's Israel supposed to get right again? We're just talking about the reliance upon what used to be the norm, where you can go to the ER and expect a physician to be there to help you. But the Most High said, where's the physician at? And he got cut off because of budget cuts. Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. So they're telling them, hey, you got no value here, man. We got to save money. We can throw some people in there to divert their attentions and cut down the crowds and tell people go here, go there, leave, come back, putting people at risk. God forbid any of us have to go to the ER right now. You talking about shabby at best care people are getting. It's just showing you the further collapse of America. The infrastructure is all shutting down, economically shutting down. If you look at the stock market, everything was down. The Federal Reserve stepping back up saying, hey, you know what? We might have to take more extreme measures to get this inflation down. That means heavier job cuts, layoffs, so forth and so on. People haven't ran through their savings yet. This is all stuff, man. Jerome Powell came out and said, he said, man, we know you got savings. We need you to start spending that so that we can deplete your savings, deplete your lifestyle, run up them credit cards, and then we can go ahead on and come back with a build back better plan. So hospitals is collapsing. Let's move on here. One thing they are making sure that they getting done is look at this. Doctors from St. Louis transgender clinic told teachers to affirm an entire group of 5th graders, despite fears they were being influenced by their friends. They got plenty of doctors to go ahead on and qualify 5th graders to get trans what they call it, transitioning surgeries and put them on hormones and group therapy chats, influencing their mind. They got plenty of doctors for that, but for ER, oh no, let them go. But let the maniacs, uh, mad scientist doctors, they can stay. Fifth grade, what's that? 11 years old, 10, 11 years old. You got doctors saying, yeah, affirmative. Yeah, we can go ahead on and qualify them to transition. A teacher contacted staff in October 2021 with concerns about a group. They said multiple children came out as trans after a classmate did. The clinic is under investigation after a bombshell whistleblower report. You see how they do? You know, they when you young like that, 11, 12, you thinking it's all trendy. Oh, it's cool. Such and such did this, I'm gonna do it too. A homegirl, got her hair done this way. I'm gonna do it the same way. Oh, he's wearing his pants backwards. I'm gonna do the same way. This is all influential years, man, where it's peer pressure and all the kids are doing the same stuff. Even down to the point to where now you got the teachers, you got counselors, all in there. You got group therapists, you got psychologists is on call in the schools now, all affirming, saying, "Oh yeah, that's right. Nothing's wrong with you. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't be a girl. Oh, you feel like you're too skinny? Oh, yeah, maybe because you're body shaming yourself. Don't do that. Maybe you should be a girl now. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Everybody's doing it. And then you see all of these reports and videos and documentaries of all these people who were saying, "Man, I got seduced. I can't believe this." There's a whole damn cult of doctors and psychologists and everybody getting into these kids' heads, convincing them that they should change genders. And they all saying we want to reverse the process now. We got seduced. They starting young, y'all. Doctors from St. Louis Gender Clinic now under investigation following the bombshell whistleblower claims. Advised teachers to affirm an entire group of fifth graders' emails have revealed the Washington University Transgender Center at the St. Louis Children's Hospital was shamed last week by whistleblower Jamie Reed, a former employee who wrote a bombshell article for the Free Press describing the medically and morally appalling scenario at play. I mean, they got the teachers in there, the trans teachers in there, supporting this, teaching this, encouraging the kids. Uh, I played a video last year, at least a damn near a year ago. It was a teacher. I don't know if it was a TikTok video or what, but the kids was filming her and she's making this big old thing about her coming out to all of her classes. And they're all applauding and, congratulating her and all that. It was just disgusting, man. You don't, what business does a damn grown woman teacher have to do with declaring to her students that she's coming out? She's coming out the closet now. Now she's free. That's information that the students need to know. See, that's why, man, all praises, man. My kids is done with school, up out of there. Any of y'all still got youngsters in the school system, man. Homeschool them, learn about it. It's not that hard, but you will have to put in some time, some effort, sacrifice for the betterment of your kids, man. Because if you put it in the hands of these demons, man, they're gonna come out all jacked up. All jacked up. Let's move on. Look at this. Mississippi hit with a 900% rise over 5 years in the number of newborn babies being treated for congenital syphilis. I mean, you talk about you trying to tell me that this place ain't cursed? Is it Revelation 22? Look at this. Revelation 22 and 18. It says, "For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book." So the Most High said, man, all of these plagues that's written in here, we know that the white man done took every ounce of understanding out of this book. He tried reconfiguring with different translations, try to, come up and copulate different understandings through denominational religious beliefs. He tried to change the faces of the judges, switched up everything, visually, movies, the whole nine, man. He's taking away and he's adding. Motok said, man, he's gonna get plagued. Now we're seeing about 900% in Mississippi, man. Mississippi, what is going on out there? Most High hit you with the flood, jack the water all up. Now you got these kids popping up. 900. Let me see if there's another one in the curses. Uh, Hold on one second. I think it's in. Yeah, look at this. Deuteronomy 28:59 down to 61. It says, then the Most High Yahweh will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of a long continuance, and sore sicknesses, and of a long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Most High Yahweh bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. It said, if it ain't in the book, you're gonna hear about it, whether it's syphilis, AIDS, gonorrhea, uh, the DVOC 91, all of it. The Most High said, if it ain't written, it's coming. Especially to the children of Israel for breaking the laws and the commandments of the Most High. He said, Egypt already got diseases going on that we were scared of. And they can be long continuance, uncurable. I mean, we're hearing about all of these gonorrhea, drug resistant plagues going on here in Babylon. Notice all these sexually transmitted diseases, man. Why? Because it's a spiritual Sodom. All the sexual immorality, the deviant nature, all coming from here. And their dead body shall lie, Revelation 11 and 8, and their dead body shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Yahweh gets put to an open shame through religion, through iconography, uh, through distorted history and lies, false depictions, right? Sodom and Egypt. This place bears the spirit. So now when you're seeing this, Mississippi hit with a 900% rise over 5 years in the number of newborn babies being treated for congenital syphilis. The number of babies being diagnosed with congenital syphilis in Mississippi skyrocketed from just 10 in 2016 to 102 in 2021. So it's only getting worse. Babies born with the disease can face organ damage, problems with the nervous system, and even death. State officials say they are now considering implementing a syphilis screening for pregnant women. Let's continue. The number of babies being diagnosed with congenital syphilis in Mississippi is skyrocketed. We read that. Babies born with the disease can face organ damage, problems with their nervous system, and potentially blindness or deafness. At least one baby has died from the disease, according to Mississippi state officials through the State Department of Health. Uh, though the State Department of Health does not formally track congenital syphilis deaths. Uh, Dobbs told NBC he has spoken with other healthcare providers, all of whom are absolutely horrified that babies are being born with the disease as they call for further investments in women's health. This seems like something that should have happened hundreds of years ago, not last year. This is really kind of a shock. So, syphilis on the rise, which is a sexually transmitted disease, and you can also get it from drugs, needle sharing, and all that other stuff. But no surprise here. Here we are in spiritual Sodom, and look at the picture they show. They're gonna use a picture of a sister. We read Deuteronomy 28. Um, Look at this. Congenital syphilis occurs when the sexually transmitted infection is passed from a mother to their child when she is pregnant. So, what is the mother doing while she's pregnant? Still laying with baby daddy, still laying with Lord knows who, catches the thing, and now got the kid jacked up along with herself. Women with syphilis can undergo a series of penicillin shots at least 1 month before giving birth to prevent passing the disease onto the child. If left untreated, a pregnant woman with syphilis has an 80% chance of passing it on to her baby. And in around 40% of the cases, Dobbs said those pregnancies will end with miscarriages. Imagine that. Imagine that. I mentioned this last week. I wanted to play it. This is brother Damar Hamlin. Some of y'all may have seen this video, some of y'all haven't. Damar Hamlin was a brother that played for the Buffalo Bills that had collapsed on the field. And through the grace of the Most High, he's back on his feet, talking, functional, the whole nine, right? So he's sitting down in the interview with Michael Strahan. And surprisingly enough, Michael Strahan asked him the question. He asked him the question. What did he ask him? Hold on. Let's play.
From the ICU, the question on so many minds, what caused his heart to stop beating?
You're 24, peak physical condition, can run circles around me right now. How did doctor?
Now look at it. They laughing, the little break the ice, breaking the ice real quick. Now watch.
Describe what happened to you?
What's the matter, homie? Nothing funny no more? Why do you think he's hesitating so hard on this question? Why do you think it felt like, you think he's reminiscing about the hit? You think that he doesn't want to relive it? Or do you think maybe he was instructed, don't speak on anything until we give you a script to say? We don't want to bring this up. We don't want to cause hysteria. We can't speak on that, DeMar. You said you want to come back and play, don't you? Your contract can be null and void based upon you physically being unable to play. You haven't been in the league 5 years to get that pension. For NFL players, you got to be in the league, I believe it's 5 years before you qualify for a retirement pension. And they say that the average player only lasts like 3 years. So most players don't even qualify for this pension. The pension is what they need in order to continue surviving, with some sort of income. What their percentage is based upon their contract earnings, I don't know. But they do have a pension for them. But they said the average player don't even make it. So they telling him, you damn sure ain't gonna make it. Unless you be quiet.
How did doctor describe what happened to you?
Hold on.
From the ICU.
Hold on. Before any folly goes on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Fair use. YouTube and the rest of the world, ABC, CBS, whoever that video clip is from. Fair use. I'll be commenting on this video clip. I'm doing news reporting. I'm teaching. This is for education and research. Under Section 107, Copyright Act 1976. Fair use. So don't try that foolishness. Okay? Salaki, y'all. Got to do those things. Let me double back.
From the ICU, the question on so many minds, what causes his heart to stop beating?
You're 24, peak physical condition, can run circles around me right now. How did doctor describe what happened to you?
Hello? Come on, man.
That's something I want to stay away from.
I know from my experience at NFL.
Hold on. Notice the wordplay that he said. That's something I want to stay away from. Not that's something we're still trying to figure out. Doctors are still researching. I can't answer that with a qualified answer yet because I'm still learning myself. He was told stay away from speaking about the cause of his collapse.
That's something I want to stay away from.
I know from my experience at NFL, they do more tests.
You stay away from something because you in fear. You were given precautionary warnings not to go in this realm. Stay away. Stay out. You know how that works? We know.
Than anything. And in the course of you having your physical, did anybody ever come back with any, say you had a heart issue or anything that was abnormal?
Honestly, no. I've always been a healthy, young, fit, energetic, human being, let alone athlete. So it was something that was just that we still processing, and I'm still talking through with my doctors just to see what everything was.
Imagine that. What do y'all think it was? What do you think happened? That's a fair question. Uh, you know what I'm thinking, but we'll leave that to the experts, right? Let's look at this. Top Putin official plunges 160 feet to her death from a high-rise building. What's going on with his leadership? He's got all kind of officials, man. They be getting assassinated. They dropping dead. He didn't had this is. I think she's like the. I want to say the sixth or the seventh close tied official with Biden. I mean, not Biden, with Putin. That's mysteriously died. High-ranking Russian defense official in the war against Ukraine was found dead Wednesday after falling from a high-rise window in an apartment building. How many times did people fall? When was the last time you heard about somebody that accidentally fell out a window? Whoops. I mean, they don't have screens anymore. I mean, where is she staying at that there's no no screen on the window? No bars on the window. I mean, come on. I'm pretty sure she's got a little coin in her pocket. She ain't staying in some project with, they ain't got no damn bars or screens on the windows. She falls out 160 feet to her death. Marina Yankina, 58, was discovered by a passerby at the entrance of a high rise in Zemshina Street in St. Petersburg. Russian news telegram channel MASH reported. She's believed to have fallen 160 feet to her death. Her personal belongings and documents were found on a balcony in the building. Personal belongings and documents found on the balcony. And she happens to fall out the window. Imagine that. Imagine that. Draw your own conclusions, man. Give me a break. Give me a break. All right. This was an interesting study I was looking at. Now, if you notice here, this is based upon psychiatry, Biomedical Central, psychiatry, right? And I was thinking about all the quote unquote mass shootings and all that other stuff, right? And you get people. You got this right here. You notice how the Jakes is in Esau neighbor. They all running out the. As soon as you get out the house, everybody's acting a damn fool. Crime is up. Everybody's feeling. Everybody's acting a damn fool. People all had cabin fever. All right, this is what the term cabin fever describes the psychological symptoms that a person may experience when they are confined to their home for extended periods. Such symptoms may include feelings of restlessness, irritability, and loneliness. So this is why uh, the suicides was up, drug use was up, alcoholism was up, um, all the streaming services was up. Uh, the porn companies was going crazy because everybody at home on their phones and they're doing it all. Irritability, divorces was up when everybody's locked down, right? They knew what they was doing when they put all of these mandatory precautions in. Restlessness. So then when you open up the doors, oh, crime is up. People's out there snatching and smashing and grabbing. Rape is up, murder's up, everything because now you didn't let the monkeys and the animals out the cage. And then you sit back and say, well, what's going on with these mass shootings and why are people acting up? Well, look at this. This is all psychological. The impact of the thing, right? On suicidal attempts and death rates, a systematic review. What is this? Come on now. Get out the way. The background of the study says this thing has exacerbated the risk factors associated with suicidal behavior, and thus prioritizing its prevention is recommended. The study systematically reviewed the global evidence of the incident of suicidal attempts and the trend in suicidal rates during this whole thing. Cross-sectional and cohort studies investigating the outcomes of suicidal death and suicidal attempts at any setting during the, were searched in Medline, Embase, and PsycInfo databases for papers published from 2019 of December to May 2021. More or less what they're saying is suicides was up, uh, mental health issues up. This is why you're seeing all these death by cops, cats running out there doing who knows what, dying for the police to kill them if they don't kill themselves first. And we can all draw it back to cabin fever, at least some of it. And who initiated cabin fever? So the Frankensteins that's running around out here in the streets, there is a cause to it. There is a culprit or a reason why people is acting the way that they are, let alone, just moving in the spirit, on how the Most High said that perilous times would be in the latter days in Second Timothy, the 3rd chapter. All of this is all part of the plan anyway. Remember, the Most High even said, the deceived and the deceiver is his, with him is strength and wisdom. So in Job, so we're seeing why a lot of these things is playing out, man. So that was just something I wanted to share with y'all. Just seeing the psychology on Esau, man. He looked deep into the mind. He's saying, how can I get them to act a damn fool? They talking about, oh, it's the 5G towers. Well, we know there is technology behind that. We've been talking about microwave towers. We knew them, understood them as microwave towers since 98, 97, 98. Matter of fact, there's a song we did when I was rapping in our album, The Seventh Seal, in 1998 under our group, The Sons of Jacob. and we had a song talking about the microwave towers and what ended up being the 4 and 5G towers that's out. So you're looking at damn near 20, give or take 25 years later. It all comes to, it's all making sense now. That's very interesting that we bring that up. Let me share this last story with y'all, man. Very interesting and really compounds the power that's in our book. Let's read this first. Um, let's read this first. Isaiah 34, classic scripture, verse 16. Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. Key part right here. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them, showing the power, the influence, the control that the Bible has, the influence that the Bible has. It says, none shall want her mate, meaning no other Bible can be mated with the Bible. No other Bible can be looked at as no other book can be looked at as an equal. I don't care if it's the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Quran, uh, the writings of Confucius, you name it. Nothing is going to compare to the word of the Most High God. How do we know that? Here's just one fact alone. The oldest complete Hebrew Bible expected to break auction records. None shall want her mate. There's no other book that's more valuable than the Bible. No other book that's more researched, more respected historically than the Bible. I don't give a damn what an atheist is talking about. I don't give a damn what a Pan-African, Egyptologist is talking about. They all utilize the Bible in their research and in their studies before they come to their hypothesis or their conclusions that make them turn on the word. But when the Bible has said that this found codex is going to break auction records, that is only more confirmation that our book, the book in the history of the Black, Native American, and Hispanics, modern day terms, anciently known as the Hebrew Israelites, our book, our history, our prophets, our God, the word that was given to our forefathers to pass down to us, is the most valuable book on earth. Period. Not only did thus saith the Lord say it, but the damn auctioneers are saying. 9th century Codex Sassoon, critical link between the Dead Sea Scrolls and today's Bible will have an estimate of $30 to $50 million just to try to look at information, ancient scrolls of our books, over 1,100-year-old scrolls and the codex, going on auction bidding for $30 to $50 million, man. But the Most High said it first. None shall want her mate, man. You show me a Quran that's worth that. I'll wait. Show me, an Egyptian Book of the Dead, any of the coffin texts. Show me one that's gonna go for that price. Nowhere. Not happening. That's our book that they're scrounging around ready to pay top dollar for to find out more about our people. And they want to go use that to hide, suppress, and to shield away from those of us trying to solve the mysteries of understanding who we are and our calling to repent as the men and women of the Lord, man, before it's all said and done. We're going to end it there. Like I said, it ain't going to be too long tonight. Tomorrow we'll go further in on this whole thing called Last Day Prophecies and current events. Everybody all right? Yeah, Cynthia. It must have been one of them, them prop windows that they use in the movies. They can throw you through the breakaway glass. Must have been one of those. She must have just, put her hand against the glass real quick, man, slipped out, fell 160 feet, man. Terrible accident. Terrible. Oh, terrible. Give me a break. Give me a break. What'd you say, Bayan? 2020. Well, just like how they do our people. So you already know. You already know. How many people, man, got cabin fever, man, from that mandatory stay in the house. So many people was frustrated with that. gaining weight, addicted to drugs, all jacked up. You feel what I'm saying? Laid up with Lord knows who, catching all kind of damn diseases. And now they got all everybody's out, want to hit the streets now. Promiscuity is up. Now they, people were scared to touch each other. Told 6 feet. Now everybody's in heat, running around trying to hook up all over the place. They got the stimulus money. They done spent that up. The PPP money, that's gone. So what else do they do? Now they got to go out and rob, steal, and kill because they ain't trying to go back in the house again. You understand? Strahan seems to be checking him to make sure he does not break the agreement. Yeah, you already know. Yeah, he's in that sunken place for real, man. Yeah, he looked like Strahan had the damn cup clinkling, clink, 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 and just put him in a whole trance. I mean, he just zoned out. Like he just said something, man, that he just could not even speak on. Didn't understand English. All of a sudden, he uh, 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 that's something I want to stay away from. Why? It's your health, your condition. You may have a voice that could save others, and you was told stay away from that. So very interesting stuff that's going on, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, family in the faith, saints of Yahweh. Hey, we got a lot to discuss, man. More tomorrow. More tomorrow. I bid everyone a good evening. Y'all be well. Take care. Shabbat shalom. I'll be on tomorrow. Most I permit. 11 a.m. Pacific. Tap in with your brother. And we'll get even more in depth. All right. Y'all have a good night, man. Until the next time. Shabbat shalom.